What's up, Reds? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some truly mind-blowing updates that are beginning to shake the very foundation of the Premier League. And this one involves a statement that has come from none other than Pep Guardiola, a man whose words carry weight across world football, especially when he speaks about a team like Manchester United. So if you want to catch every single detail, every hidden message, and every implication behind what has been said ahead of the Bournemouth clash on March 20th, make sure you stay locked in till the very end, because this is not just news. This is a developing story that could define the narrative around Manchester United in the coming weeks. Now, during a recent interview, Pep Guardiola was asked about the current state of Manchester United under interim manager Michael Carrick, and what followed was not just a simple answer or a routine response, but rather a carefully delivered assessment that revealed both admiration and caution, as Pep began by acknowledging the transformation that has taken place at Old Trafford since Carrick stepped into the role, highlighting that the team now appears far more structured in their approach, far more disciplined in their positioning, and far more confident in the way they handle different phases of the game, whether it is controlling possession, transitioning quickly, or defending deep under pressure. What made his statement even more powerful was the way he emphasized that this current Manchester United side has become unpredictable, and in modern football, unpredictability is one of the most dangerous weapons any team can possess, because it means opponents can no longer prepare with certainty, they can no longer rely on patterns, and they can no longer assume how the game will unfold, which is exactly why Pep's words immediately raised attention across the football world, especially as Manchester United prepare to face AFC Bournemouth in what now feels like more than just a regular Premier League fixture. Pep Guardiola went further by explaining that Carrick has not only improved the tactical side of the team, but has also managed to refresh the mentality of the players, a term that carries significant meaning because it suggests that the squad is no longer burdened by previous inconsistencies or doubts, but instead is playing with renewed belief and clarity. And this has been evident in recent performances where Manchester United have shown resilience in difficult moments, patience in build-up play, and decisiveness when opportunities arise, something that Pep specifically pointed out as a key evolution in their style of play. He then shifted his focus towards the upcoming clash and delivered what many are now interpreting as a subtle but serious warning to Bournemouth, suggesting that facing Manchester United at this moment in time is a completely different challenge compared to earlier in the season, because this is now a team that understands how to manage games, how to control tempo, and how to strike at the right moment, which makes them extremely difficult to handle, particularly for teams that may underestimate them or fail to adapt quickly during the match. Pep also highlighted the attacking quality within the Manchester United squad, making specific reference to players like Bruno Fernandes, whose ability to create chances from seemingly impossible situations has become a defining feature of the team's play, while also acknowledging the improved movement and coordination in the final third, which allows United to stretch defenses, create space, and capitalize on key moments, all of which contribute to the growing sense that this team is beginning to rediscover its identity under Carrick's guidance. However, perhaps the most striking part of Pep Guardiola's statement was his emphasis on mentality, as he pointed out that Manchester United now appear far more composed under pressure, no longer rushing decisions or losing structure when faced with adversity, but instead showing the kind of patience and discipline that is often associated with top teams competing at the highest level. And this shift in mindset is something that could prove crucial as the season enters its decisive phase, where every point matters and every performance is scrutinized. Now, as Manchester United prepare for this clash against Bournemouth, the implications of Pep's words cannot be ignored, because when a manager of his caliber publicly acknowledges the strength and potential of a rival team, it not only boosts confidence within that team, but also places additional pressure on their opponents, who must now approach the game with a heightened sense of awareness and caution, knowing that they are facing a side that is both tactically organized and mentally prepared to seize control of the match. This brings us to an important question that every Manchester United fan should be thinking about right now, which is whether this recognition from Pep Guardiola is a sign that the team has truly turned a corner under Carrick, or whether it is simply a moment of praise that still needs to be backed up with consistent performances on the pitch, because ultimately the true test of any transformation lies in the ability to sustain it over time and deliver results when it matters most. Another question that arises from this situation is how Bournemouth will respond to this so-called warning, as they now find themselves in a position where they must prepare for a Manchester United side that is gaining momentum, building confidence, and attracting attention from some of the most respected figures in the game, which means they cannot afford to approach this match lightly or rely on outdated assessments of United's capabilities, but must instead be ready to face a team that is evolving and improving with each passing game. As we look ahead to the match on March 20th, it becomes clear that this is more than just a fixture on the calendar. It is an opportunity for Manchester United to prove that the progress highlighted by Pep Guardiola is real, that the changes implemented by Michael Carrick are effective, and that this team is capable of competing at a high level consistently, not just in isolated performances, but across a sustained period of time. So now the spotlight is firmly on Manchester United, the expectations are rising, and the narrative is beginning to shift, as what was once a season filled with uncertainty is now turning into a story of potential resurgence, driven by tactical adjustments, improved mentality, and a renewed sense of purpose within the squad, all of which have been recognized and acknowledged by one of the most influential managers in modern football. As we wrap this up, I want to hear from you because this is where your voice matters the most. Do you believe Pep Guardiola is right in his assessment of Manchester United? Do you think this team has truly become a force that others need to worry about? And most importantly, do you see them continuing this momentum against Bournemouth and beyond? So make sure you drop your predictions and thoughts in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Super Red Devils for more in-depth analysis, breaking news and everything related to Manchester United, because here we don't just report the news, we bring you into the story.